Alright, testing. Make sure everything is working nice and smoothly. So far, looks like everything is in fact functioning, so let's jump in. We'll start with, let's see. You run. All of your progress with the collector and your runes will be saved, okay? Alright, jump in just to make sure everything is squeaky fresh. Alright, new run. Alright, so hello everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight Live, coming back once again. Second special bonus stream today, featuring more Dead Cells, because I do enjoy a good Dead Cells run, and since the last episode, I have not actually played anymore, so I figure, since some of my best play in Dead Cells so far has actually been while live streaming, seems like a smart play to... Oh dear. That was not a smart play, but a smart idea to maybe jump on in, see what nifty and exciting new things we might be able to come across. There's a lot of secrets on this particular run. There's a shop over there, isn't it? Does seem to be a shop. Frantic sword, grappling hook, ice amulet. We get 2 bonus jumps in the air. We'll pick that up for now, because that could be useful, since there are the occasional places where having that extra jumping height is useful. And you never know, you may find ourselves in need of getting higher. You never know. It is always good to come prepared. Now, the question, of course, at this particular point in our play here, is are we gonna try for that elusive speedrun that I dream so much about, and yet don't really have much luck actually getting to come true, and then I slipped off the edge. That, well, we're not redeeming ourselves on that one anytime soon, probably. Alright, we'll just power ourselves up. Alright, that seems good to me. 3 strength to 1 health. Oh god. Managed to avoid that one just by the skin of my teeth. Which is exactly the way I like it. Alright. Of course, I'm now immediately regretting spending money on an amulet when it looks like there is in fact another amulet just over there. You know what, we'll ignore that amulet for now because we don't really need it. It could be a useful amulet. We don't know. We're also not going to go to the Promenade of the Condemned. It's been my long-held belief, whether I am right or not, that going down that route results in a weaker run at the end of the day. I could be wrong about that. I'm fully willing to admit that, but I have not seen any evidence to disprove that idea, so until I get evidence to the contrary, then we will treat things as if it is the gospel truth and just run with it. Alright. Down to the ossuary, which is one of my oh my goodness, did I actually... Oh, you idiot. I didn't even notice that I had apparently swapped out my blood sword for throwing knives. I mean, that would have made for a heck of an interesting run, but, oh! Why did I buy that? I could have bought a spear instead. Or unlocked the spear instead, which, I mean, I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna switch to using the spear now. Yeah. Goodbye, money. I loved you and lost you. Oh, hey there. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Let's see if we get any luck with this one. I mean, this, it is called a spear, right? It is a spear. That has a really long wind-up. I can almost guarantee you I am going to get killed. Oh, but once it actually fires... Oh, hell no. Okay. Once it actually fires, there's the good stuff. That's when it does God's work, such as it is. Oh dear. Just kind of burn you. Alright, now this is where the doctrine of not fighting literally everything is gonna come into play. Okay. This is where we're gonna die. Okay. We gotta learn how to use this thing properly. Okay. First of all, there we go. See, fire solves everything. Fire washes away all sins. Sooner or later, anyway. Alright, up we go. Alright, already I can tell you that it is probably not a good idea to use the spear as your primary weapon. At least not in the ossuary. We'll see if it manages to redeem itself as we move along. But it is looking so far that this is going to be a raver. Oh, there's just no way. I can't. I'm not that crazy. We're not going to fight an elite enemy with a spear. That would be horrible, surely. I want to be really crazy? No, we'll get some strength or some health. Oh, hello. Crazy scorpion monster. Alright. Again, fire washes away all sins. Oh dear. Alright. Yeah, it takes like 10 million years for this thing to actually wind up. Once it winds up, it does really good damage. So, it's all about timing. There we go. It also does a critical hit, I believe. Yeah, once you actually get it to swing, it does a lot of damage. So that's our key. We just need to make sure we have the room to wind up. Alright, which means we do want to be careful around these skeletons. There we go. Okay. That's the good stuff. All you need to do... I'm not even setting that guy on fire, am I? Hang on a second. There's more to explore. Okay, we fell down, so let's just keep moving. Gotta keep that flow moving. I mean, as best as I possibly can, anyway. I'll be honest, as wacky and wonky as it is trying to deal with this spear, it actually is rather pleasant. I mean, once you get it to work, anyway. Once it does its damage. There we go. It seems to get about 2 hits per swing as well, which is also very helpful. Yay. Wait for it. Oh, no. I despise you terrible, terrible sewer monster things. But, there we go. Lots of damage. Good stuff. Alright. It's always just a matter of watching what you're doing, just being careful, and making sure that, oh dear, stuff like that doesn't happen. Oh wait. Yeah, that was the smart play. There you go. Okay, there's the good stuff. There we go. And again, this thing gets in critical hits if it hits multiple enemies, so that works out pretty nicely. There we go. There's the good stuff. That's what I like to see. We're actually not doing too bad as far as speed is concerned. Not great. Not bad. And we even got a free carrot for our troubles. Beautifully done. Alright. Though, it's the game's definition of hitting multiple enemies at once is not the same as my definition, which includes if you turn around mid-swing and then get another hit in. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get this. Don't worry. You're not too late. Plus, I mean, I don't really help by not really having, like, a proper schedule. I should actually work on that so that we do have a proper schedule so that people do know when to don't ever do that again. Know when to expect streaming. Or streaming from me. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. And, I mean, I'm kind of just experimenting with it right now. Oh, dear. And I'm currently thinking probably just one stream a week for now. But I do want to make it a regular part of our operating procedure here. Oh, dear. That was very bad indeed. I should feel bad. And indeed I do. Mostly because I am almost dead here. With nothing to show for it. Except this awesome spear. Oh dear. Oh, don't. No. No. You bloody worms. They were supposed to freeze him. All right, that also works. Oh dear. No. Okay. Whoa, oh dear. I'm off. Okay. There we go. We're starting to get back into this. Oh dear. Okay. Make sure we take out the sword. Oh, hello. You know what? I'm gonna switch over to the spiteful sword. Not because the spear is a bad weapon, mind you, but because I am not make it work for me. And I am going to surely die if we don't fix that sooner rather than later. Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe going to the ramparts like that was not the wisest choice, but it's the choice I made for myself, and I guess we have to live with it. Alright, let's see. What else might we want to unlock? I thought I had something else. Well, I guess we might as well buff up the spear a little bit. It's not going to be like our #1 super favorite fun time weapon, but it is a weapon of reasonable magnitude, so we'll relook into it in the future. Once I'm confident I know I could deal with its peculiarities a bit better. It's definitely not a good weapon against Skeletor, because he attacks a little too fast for me to actually get a swing off. But it does stun him if I do get a swing off, so it's a balancing game there. A very big balancing game indeed. And one that we shall no doubt learn to master in due time. Well, sooner or later, anyway. Such good memories. Also, very exciting news that was brought to my attention. Remember that mystery door in the graveyard that I've been ever so curious about how I could possibly access it? Well, as it turns out, apparently, there is in fact a way to get back there. I just need to get a very particular set of items. Then game-breaking awesomeness happens. Possibly. We'll have to give it a try if the right item comes. Oh, hello. Well, you do give me +1 strength, so that is very tempting. You know what? I'll do that for now. I mean, it might have not been the best choice just because it is going to make me feel a little bit pressured using it. But I'll be okay. Alright, we're getting all kinds of strength today. That's good stuff. Alright. I mean, plus... There we go. Hello. More strength is always... Or better fire is always nice. Because again, fire washes away all sins. And if there is nothing left but the fire, then we are all safe. Or something. I have no idea where I'm going with that. But I do know that at 6 strength, we probably want a little bit more health. That's always a good play. This actually seems like it's coming together as a very good run thus far. Not a speed run. Not by a oh god. Not by a long shot. I hate everything. Oh dear. Everything you damnable brain bats represent. There we go. Oh, wait. Hey, you guys, no. Stop it. I insist. Oh, God. I insist that you cease your activities at once. All right. Okay. Now that we're all clear on where we stand. Alright. That's actually a weaker sword than what we have. That's actually incredibly disappointing. But life goes on, and so do we. So everything is going to work out. I mean, we don't have any of our super awesome rapiers or anything. But that said, we are still making something Oh. I don't recall giving you permission to hit me. Or then. Please don't do that. Okay, let's, excuse me for a second while I cry in a corner and lament my many failings. There we go. Jump attacks burn enemies, damage from projectiles. We'll stick with what we got for now. Just because none of those things seem particularly worth trading out as of yet. Not yet. What do you give me, Mr. Sword? I mean, you do reasonable damage, but I think to make those slower weapons, like also spears. Spears do have critical attacks, that's good. That's always a good sign. And I mean, I think the spear, much like the whip, is one of those items that, in the right circumstances and in the right hands, it would in fact be a very, very potent weapon. Alas, my hands are not the hands that will unlock its full potential. But those hands exist. Someday someone will find them. And, you know, they will do amazing, amazing things. But for now, alas, that dream is not to be. I also noticed to myself that my screens are not quite appropriately syncing up, which is rather interesting. And by that I mean, off camera, I noticed that, according to YouTube, I have more people watching than my little chat monitor is actually telling me are watching. So that's a interesting glitch in technology right there. You know what? I am convinced now. Looking at this, Ramparts is definitely an area that is weaker than other places. So that means the Promenade of the Condemned is also probably one of those weaker places. And by that I mean, if you want an easier run, go to the Promenade of the Condemned or to the Ramparts. But if you want true ultimate unlimited power, then avoid those places. I mean, I could be wrong. But I mean, if I'm getting level 3 swords when in just one level prior I was picking up level 4 stuff. You know what? Yeah. Just throw my money away there. I know what you're thinking. Gaslight, you could have doubled your power if you had just swapped your spiteful sword. But I don't think, given the speed at which the harpoon, as I'm now calling it, even though it is the spear, speed at which it moves is not sufficient for my liking. There we go, that's at least one dead. My hatred for the brain bats continues. Someday we will commit a beautiful genocide against them, and then we'll never have to worry about them getting in our way ever again. But until that day, well, genocide is never beautiful. Let's not romanticize the brutalization of an entire proud, noble culture of brain bats, but I don't like them. That's where I'm going with that, so I don't like them, I will never like them, and the brain bats can all go die in a ditch somewhere. But yes, getting back to actual gameplay matters at hand, it would appear that the wise choice would be to avoid the Promenade of the Condemned and the Ramparts once you have unlocked other abilities to get to other areas, simply because you don't get as powerful stuff. And that is, I'm not sure if I like that so much, because it does kind of railroad you. Like, it means that, sure, you could go to the other areas, or you could choose to not go to the Promenade of the Condemned, but, you know what, this is also a good chance to figure out if the shield actually blocks this guy. Aha! And that was only a question, because I had been led to believe... Come on, I shielded that. I had been led to believe that this guy's attacks would not properly get shielded. There we go. That's the good stuff. See, I should be making more tactical plays like that. There we go. Set him on fire. Probably roll out of the way. That's a good trick. Set him on fire again. Oh dear. I really should practice blocking more. That would be a good idea, to be entirely honest with you. And, I mean, I got a little bit of blocking practice in, so I'm a bit proud of myself on that one, but we gotta make ourselves... Aha, so this, to me, indicates this is like the very last possible... I've been told that there are no time doors in the graveyard or beyond, or in Fog Fjord or beyond, which, now that I think about it, that is actually probably a true statement. In fact, it's probably more than probably, it's very definitely a true statement. I've never seen time doors past the Black Bridge. Which is interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. I also wondered to myself if, well, I imagine that alternative routes that are not Fog Fjord or the graveyard may in fact... Oh god. No, don't do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so at this point I have to say I am feeling like we are a little underpowered compared to what we could be. But, on the other hand, you're also not... We're not in a bad spot. Just not as good as I would like to be. Because you can always be better. That's the thing to aim for in life, is to be better. Because if you were perfect, then, well, I guess if you were perfect, you wouldn't need to be listening to crazy people like myself give advice about not being perfect. So, something like that. Anyway, what do we got here? Not really useful. Would be interesting trying to beat the boss with only the blood shield and... Yeah, watch out for this guy. Okay. There we go, and he's dead. Poison no longer affects us. To be entirely honest, that is not a particularly useful ability for me at this stage of the game. I would also say that at this stage of the game, we are going to need, like, we really need up our health, because we do not have enough health for comfortable survivability. Oh dear. Against the Watcher. But then again, that's sometimes how it goes. Alright, what do we got here? 10% less damage. Yes, I'm going to take that. Just to be safe. Hi, hello, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we are in the second half of our delightful run through Dead Cells right here. And we're holding our own, but we're definitely falling behind, if I had to guess. By that I mean we need to gain more power. What does this do? Nothing? Well, nothing particularly useful. I mean, all that +5 skill is actually, for our current setup, I would argue it's not that useful. I mean, it's not, again, it's not bad, but it's not precisely what I would prefer. What I would prefer is to actually, just something more powerful, really. Because we're not snowballing. We are not blowing away the competition. Of course, I say that as I'm like completely demolishing literally everything that gets in my way. But I look at my health and I know to myself, if I don't get more health, Watcher is going to be a real pain to try to survive. But then again, We can make that work. Okay. Coming back. Alright, you lead up to the next floor. Yes, you do. And I noticed that my prayers for more health have been answered because there is a skill upgrade over there. And roll all the way. Okay, this is where. Okay, get out. Just clear out. Calm down. Reevaluate the situation. Set everyone on fire. Because again, fire fixes everything. However, I mean, that's the one secret they don't want you to know. To be honest, no. With the health we have, if I had been focusing on health, then maybe that might have been a good idea. But I don't think it would be a good idea to invest in oh dear. That scared me. Okay, we'll just kind of jump up. Oh no. Don't do that. Come on. There we go. Alright. You know what? We're actually doing okay. I mean, oh dear. There we go. Just set them on fire. That'll... Again, fire cures everything. Sooner or later. Okay. I was actually convinced I was going to land on the spikes there. And then when I didn't, I was very pleasantly... Oh, no. You are not stunned. So I'm setting you on fire still, so that's... Okay, yes. Jump onto the spikes. Ha! Okay, you died. Okay, everything is frozen. Roll out of the way, just to be safe. Okay, and that is how you do that. And then, aha, we made it. Okay, yes. Return to sender, huh? When you block... Oh, that would be such an amazing trait. I would love that. Being able to bounce someone's explosive right back at them. So good. So nice. Ah! Stupid brain bats. Wait, no, you're not a brain bat. You're a bomb bat. Totally different species. I hate you, Captain Dreadbeard. You and your exploding cannonballs. You know, there is something not right about the geography of this place. Because I went up 3 floors, and yet on the outside, it's only 1 floor. How does that make any sense? Don't question it. Just don't look into it too closely. You will be okay. And kill him. Alright. You know what? Despite my complaints that we're underpowered, oh, no. No. I do not give you permission to put your hands on me, sir. We'll come back up there later. Let's... Aha, more health. Exactly what we are looking for, as it happens. There we go. He's now dead. Mr. Headless Pirate Guy is also dead. Wait for you to come on over so we can stun you. There we go. Excellent. Alright. I'm pretty much resigning myself to the fact that this is not going to be some, like, super fast world record run. We have not got the equipment set up to really make that happen. Mostly because we don't have the rapier. Oh, no. Oh, dear. No. Okay. No panic. That's what gets you killed in life. Panic is exactly what they want you to do. I don't know who they is. Or are, rather. To be grammatically correct. Why? Oh, they're just gonna keep sending their balls at me. I don't want your balls, damn it. You are just despicable. Oh god, run. Oh, you sir. You're the worst sort of individual. Hitting a man when he's down. I mean, who does that? Seriously, I mean, come on. That's just rude. No. Okay. Again. Alright, we're out of health. so I should probably... Well, what do you know? The game is just spoon-feeding me more health. It's almost like it heard me say, but I didn't have enough health. Now, if you could just give me the rapier... I'm not spending money on that. We've got a good loadout as it is. Good enough. Alright, so the key now is to just watch out for those guys with bombs. Like that guy right there. Alright, are you still frozen? You are. Okay, they are dead, and there is nothing cool to be had over there, so back we go. Alright. We have now safely secured the ground floor. Oh, dear. Right, this jerk bag still exists. Good job. Masterfully done. A well-executed plan. Okay. That worked out. Mostly due to blind luck and stupidity. Or, hello, Mr. Dreadbeard. Alright, so that's taken care of. Good. Now all we need to do is... Yeah, not even the quadruple jump is enough for us to get up there, unfortunately. So we are going to have to go back the long way around. Which is a tad unfortunate. It's kind of a... That is true. I should remember the red one. In fact, I should throw... The red one first... No. We went through here already. The red one first? No, because then they'd be on fire, which would immediately... Those would cancel each other out. But you are quite right. I should combine, tactically, the red firebomb with the... Oh, dear. No, don't... Ah, fell off the roof. Alright. Well played. Yes, the firebomb would be highly advised to... Let's see. Possible aiming, rolling, leaving a patch of sticky ground. That would really help with certain enemies who are far too fast for my liking, like those damned tentacles. I hate those tentacles so much. Alright, let's wait for Dreadbeard to... No, you're over there, Dreadbeard. There, I'll just kind of set you on fire for a bit. That is why you should use... Oh. Alright. Alright, there we go. See, that is using some tactics and something that resembles intelligence, but I assure you is probably not intelligence. It's not for me. Alright, let's kill you. Hide on down here. Then, aha. We'll sneaky like that. I don't really want to drop down there, so we're not. We're just gonna go on in. I think we've got everything we need for this level. Except for more blood of the not-so-innocent. And yeah, we fought the elite enemy of this level. I always like the elite enemy, even if the item is not as useful for my run as it could be. No. We'll hold on to the shield. Those daggers are actually probably... They have done good work for us in the past, but... Ah, that would be... it's been a while since I played Metal Gear Solid 2. That would be an interesting idea. Though I would be mildly concerned of copyright claims on the video. But that would fit. Or Dead Cell. They're like the least favorite, I think, of all the Metal Gear Solid boss squads. Actually, to be honest, it's funny you should mention Metal Gear Solid 2, because I was actually thinking of it not that long ago. It just occurred to me, like... The Dead Cell, they're based on, well, Red Cell, from, like, an actual military group who tested, like, the military preparedness or something like that, as I recall. Burn before... This is true. I like to keep... I mean, that would require me to be smarter than I am to tactically prepare that. But anyway, I should be finishing one comment before moving on to the next. I was just thinking to myself, like, given the members of Dead Cell, like, They were supposed to be like an actual like military task force, but it's never really explained, I think, where these people came from. And by that I mean like they kind of just exist, but like, and their whole point was to be some kind of military preparedness thing, weren't they? Like I said, based on an actual squad called Red Cell. And it occurs to me that please stop that. It occurs to me that, I mean, a squad like that, like surely getting them to be like just testing the military preparedness of like military bases and whatnot. Like, you have guys like Vamp, like Fat Man is just a fat guy with a bunch of bombs, but I mean, you have like Fortune, Vamp, you have like some of these people who have like blatantly supernatural powers until Metal Gear Solid 4 came around and retconned it, and like they're not doing like tactical assassinations or anything. Like, isn't that a waste of their powers? Anyway, don't look into that too closely. You'll ruin your enjoyment of games by doing crazy stuff like that. Yeah. I really should look into that again, because it's been a while since I've played Metal Gear Solid 2, and I forget exactly how or what, if any, detailed origin story those characters got. And I'm going to assume there was a lot, because I know that those games, like Metal Gear, is known for just the amount of depth that is thrown into the backstories and whatnot of the characters, and just all the little details. Yet, I don't remember much about like what the people of Dead Cell really, what they did when they weren't being terrorists or trying to stop the Patriots. I mean, technically, were they supposed to be the good guys? Now that I think about it. That's a good question. I find it hard to believe that a guy like Vamp, who is kind of obsessed with doing horrible, unspeakable things to people, presumably. I mean, he always gave me that impression of being a real creepy guy. He did real creepy guy stuff. And maybe it's just the whole vampire angle. Let's see. This is true, yes. With regards to the freeze bomb helping work on keeping focused. That's a very good point, and that's probably why I keep forgetting to use fire. I like the freeze bomb is very good for crowd control. It's nice, and especially in this level where you got all kinds of guys who are trying to cause trouble for you. They're getting up to no good. Oh yeah, I am now at this point feeling very underpowered. If I can't even take out Chuckles over there, then what? Oh dear. Of course, then again, as we have just noticed here, we actually do more damage on burning enemies, so I probably should be making more of an effort. No. More of an effort to actually set these people on fire and do stuff like that to them, where we cause reasonable damage. Alright. Thinking to myself, we should have not gone to the ramparts, because I'm standing, yes, new sword. And I think my theory is that yes, thank you, game, for giving me more health, but my theory that the ramparts and possibly the promenade of the undead, or of the condemned, are, they tend to be, like, they're lower difficulty, so you don't get as good rewards outcomes, which I can kind of understand that, because I mean, those are areas you can get to without having to get any special abilities. What I don't like about that is that it does kind of force you to go to either the sewers or the other place, the ossuary, or the prison depths. That's the name of the place. A burning mace. Let's see here. It actually does less damage, even though it's actually got a higher damage multiplier, but it does set enemies on fire. So... And it does have slightly more range than the cursed sword. So I'm still feeling here. We are not... Oh, what do you know? There we go. Ooh. Okay, now we have reached the point of pure unlimited power. It's all health upgrades from here, my friends. Rapier, you always show up just when I need you. What do we got down here? I wish that was a 30% damage reduction. Yes, the Rapier, best sword in the game, without a question. No doubt whatsoever. Yeah, 2 times damage received. It means we're gonna have to be a lot more cautious, but we are also dealing a lot more damage. So, to some extent, and I'm basically one-shotting everything. I one-shot that zombie without even using my criticals, so that was less than ideal on my part. All right, there's the good stuff. All right, I mean, I could afford to learn some lessons in dodging. That's probably the one thing that's really holding us back at this point. So all we need to do is just keep working on that. Okay. Like, look at that. I killed him in 3 stabs, and I didn't even do the roll to get a critical. But the fact that even a brain bat is doing as much damage as you probably just saw there is... Oh dear. No. That explosion might have killed me. Yeah, so... We need a lot more health. Don't ever do that to me again, sir. We'll let you know if I want you to touch me, Mr. Chuckles, as I call you. Oh boy. Alright. We are making progress. It is slow progress, but it is my progress. And I can't be mad about it. There we go. Just set everything on fire and try not to get stabbed. Alright. Ah! Okay, careful. Also, what's this? Change the shield for bow. That would... The crossbow specifically? That would be a good idea, actually. I'm also noticing, as I just peer over at my other screen, that I don't think my chat on my screen is keeping up with... Or, well, specific... I'm not touching you, sir. I don't trust myself. Because, I'm using Restream to stream simultaneously to Twitch and to YouTube, but I am noticing as I look over that I don't think... I don't think it's actually... Oh dear. It's not keeping up with, oh dear. It's not keeping up. By that I mean, I am seeing chat in the YouTube window, but I am not seeing... The Chuckles just jumped to his death that I am not seeing in my actual Restream chat screen. So that is interesting. I'll have to keep an eyeball on that, so if I do see him like I am ignoring you, it is not my intention. It's partly just because of the madness that's happening on screen right now, and partly because my chat is not quite keeping up. Alright. There we go. Good stuff. Good job, good job. Brilliant. Someday I will learn to look before I leap. That'll be a good day. Alright. Please stop. Alright. Burn in the fiery pits of hell, you horrible, horrible grave bats. Alright, I mean... Okay, now here's the interesting part. It is brought to my attention that if I had the phaser phaser skill. And if we had a bat following us, and the bat came over here, I could use the phaser to teleport behind the bat, which would then get us in here. So, we'll have to keep that in mind. I don't know if there's anything actually back there. It might just be there for show. Let's also actually teleport so that we minimize the odds of me doing something incredibly stupid. There is a part of me that does not want to give up my shield. But, and we have good enough strength as it is. And that right there could be the tipping point for us between whether or not we actually survive against certain enemies, like those hordes of brain bats. Oh, no. That was an example of where not to use a crossbow. That was another example of where not to use a crossbow. Alright. Oh, right, secret. It is money. Money is always good. Yes, that would actually be a very good idea if I actually took the time to freeze them before... Yeah, and also if I took the time to face the right direction. Okay. There we go. That's the good stuff. Now, wait for it. Wait for it. Here comes Chuckles. We'll freeze him first, because I'm a little bit more concerned with him than I am with the bats. The bats are damaging and very scary. Note that carrot is there. We can come back for the carrot later if we need more health. Alright, watch the balls. And also don't fall on the spikes, that would be a good idea. And a treasure. Alright. Big money, big money. It's you again. I keep unlocking you, I keep saying I don't want you. And you keep coming back. Which... Oh. Well, that worked out. I just gotta remember, it's like a shotgun. Shotguns are very good at shooting things that are close by. There we go. Did not trust myself to kill that explodey bat. Probably didn't need to use my... Oh, and I got him! I got him! I am ever so great. There we go. Okay. Let's need a bit more room. There we go. Alright. That rapier sure knows how to show you a good time. Oh dear. Oh, that was... Oh dear. That is true about shotguns. It's like the game realized. Well... My problem there was that I started showboating a little bit towards the end there. And if I had just ducked under him instead of trying to roll and then attack him immediately, I was like, I know. As soon as I did it, I said to myself, Self, you're gonna die by doing that. And yet, I continued to do it anyway. But, plus side is, and the silver lining to any failure is that you learn something new about yourself. You can hopefully use not suffer the same fate again. You will see. And most importantly, what is this? The cursed sword, huh? Am I feeling lucky? The answer is no. I am not feeling lucky. I will die before the end of the level. But someday, I promise, you will be good enough at this game to do a cursed sword run. And it'll be great. But not today. Big thing, of course, with the cursed sword is that you probably just actually want to avoid enemies altogether. At least that's my guess. If I were a guessing man. And I am. But anyway, yeah, so we failed there due to showboating on my part. But we have a chance to redeem ourselves, and thus we shall do so. Sooner or later, anyway. I mean, you gotta get that one boss out of the way just to loosen yourself up. Or at least that's what I'll tell myself. Alright. But yeah. The key thing with Chuckles is you just gotta take your time with them. Yes, you make a good point as well about the spear. Because if you can freeze your enemies and then... Yeah, we're gonna avoid the promenade of the condemned. Because again, I stand by my theory that it is an inferior level. In the sense that going there will result in you getting not as much as you might have if you went to the ossuary or the sewers. And which is better, the sewers or the ossuary? I could not say. But we went to the ossuary last run, so let's go to the sewers this run. I do like the sewers. Sewers are a fun place to play. Even if you get poisoned from time to time, that's sometimes just how things go. You know what? Let's play with the assassin's dagger, just because we can. And those daggers are good, but I like the idea of getting a free critical every time we hit someone in the back, because that could mean, depending on how we set things up, especially if we get the Ivy Grenade, we could basically roll behind the enemy. Or wait, no. No, yes. My thought process here is we get in a roll, and after that roll, we stab someone in the back, and then we keep stabbing them in the back until they die. There we go. That worked out nicely. That actually does do pretty decent damage. But since the enemy can, in fact, pull himself out of it, bone it. You know what? Yeah. We'll go with that. We didn't keep the Assassin's Dagger for very long, which is a bit of a shame. But sometimes that's just how life works. There we go. See, that is very nice. Very nice indeed. The only shame I think about the whole like 2 times damage thing is that it doesn't just apply to everything you have equipped. That would make it considerably more valuable. There's also a bit too much of a drop there. Oh wow, that actually didn't one-shot. That is an interesting surprise. Out of the way, sir. To be honest, I actually like dealing with these bats, or the slugs, more than I like dealing with some of the other enemies. Like, I don't like that jar thing in the ossuary. And it's not the jar's fault. I mean, it's not a particularly tough enemy. I just don't like dealing with it. Though it does drop, I think it does it drop 2 cells? I might be imagining that. Oh dear. Nope. Alright, there's another example of not being careful. The game is trying to be merciful. It's giving me stuff. Giving me stuff to get back on my feet. I'm just refusing to take it. And instead, I'm going for the fancy showboating moves. That is not good. There we go. There we are. I mean, it's a good idea to get behind enemies anyway, so this will give us practice. There we go. A little bit of stab in the back. And stop turning around to face me. I am trying to stab you in the back. Come on. Yes, those shield enemies are definitely what that's for. Ooh, I like you. I like the Death Orb. Death Orb is a fun weapon. Good for getting a lot of depth. Yeah, probably try to avoid that. Alright. There we go. A little bit more depth and/or despair. The game is really trying to say, hey, pick up that cursed sword. I keep telling you, game, I am going to do a cursed sword run. And it's going to be the best cursed sword run you've ever seen. I just don't feel like doing it today. we go. Someday. Alright. Okay, so we've got a couple of losses now. And that's just shaking off the nerves. Which means we are now set to come back. Let's take our time and enjoy victory. Which we are guaranteed at some point. At some point once I calm down. Just a little bit. There we go. That is the kind of run I like to see. The kind where I am actually doing not too bad damage. Not great, but not bad. And I think in the future, I'm probably going to ignore those 2 times damage items. At least until I get a little bit better at dodging. Because that's something we have to work with. And also, taking a glance over at the chat, indeed, I could have and should have used that bear trap to do greater effect than I actually ended up putting it to. Yeah. That's the downside of the rapier as well, is that it's not great for dealing with those bats. Of course, I saw that bat, and I should not have climbed. Or, alternatively, I should have just kept climbing. And then maybe done a ground slam there. Alright. Now, the sewers killed us, but we're gonna get through the sewers, because again, we've been to the ossuary. It's not a bad place, but it's full of dead people. I mean, that's kind of gross. I don't want to go among dead people. Especially not among mad people, because then that'll just remind me that I am myself quite mad, and no one likes being reminded of such things. I will unlock you one day, Assault Shield, but not today. I'm not ready for you. Time has not yet come. Alright. So, with this in mind, we can only go up from here. And by up, I mean we can also go down if we choose to go to the old sewers after this level, which we might do. But I am rather fond of the prison depths, because I just like that particular level. And so, you're liable, I think, to visit that particular spot. Poison me. Do not appreciate your poison. We're also getting a lot of skill upgrades here thus far, which I can't complain about. Especially now that I understand just the full power that is associated with that damage buff item. I mean, that item is probably overpowered. And I also probably need to start picking up health upgrades. Because otherwise, we are very much going to die down here. Because everything can do a reasonable amount of damage. We want our ice grenade. That'll take care of us as well. Having a good item that can slow down the enemy is always important. And where do you lead, good sir? You lead up to the next level. And if we wanted to speedrun this, we could do that. But I'm not feeling that's where we're at. I mean, actually, a cursed sword run would probably be a good run to try speedrun. Oh dear. Someday, that's asking to die. Ah, what just happened there? My game kind of lagged out for a moment. You know what? All right. So far, much of this stream has been me making a series of bad life choices, and apparently I am getting ready to continue that series of choices. No. Okay. That was less than ideal. I mean, listen. Only thing that can make dying in one hit worse, is panicking and having that be what kills you. Alright, come on. We only have to kill 6 more enemies. There we go. Okay, 4 more enemies. Oh no. Wombat, don't do it. Okay, 3 more enemies. That's all we need. Just 3 more. Okay, 2 more. And we're free! We did it. And that's totally how I planned it. And definitely no luck involved there. This is true about luck. Oh wait, there's actually a... Okay, here's the second most overpowered weapon in the game. Twin daggers. Though, I would also argue, it's not so much luck as me just... I have a bad habit, I would say, of getting a good run and then throwing it away as a result of hubris and other things of that general nature. Too much showboating. Let's play it calm, play it cool, play it safe. Well, when I say overpowered, I specifically mean the fact that I consider any item that you can guarantee a critical on, to a certain extent, is arguably overpowered, just on the grounds that a lot of these criticals, like, they do a real amazing amount of damage. And that's just me. And the rapier is probably, in truth, like the closest thing that could come to being described as overpowered. And that only because... Lightning or fire, Torin? What do you prefer? Palpatine or... I don't know, who's a guy who represents fire? I can't think of anyone right now. Yeah, we'll stick with the lightning for now. I do enjoy a good zap of lightning. That's always fun. Nothing like a bit of electroshock in the morning. There we go. Johnny Storm. There's a perfect example of a man who is literally made of fire. Well, sort of. Sort of, more or less. Alright, here's some more delicious health. That is exactly what we needed to make our day complete. Of course, also, when talking about, like, the power tiers of weapons, I would say, probably, I mean, like, the rapier, I think what makes it so good is the fact that it has, like, a really high critical, for one thing. The twin daggers, like, individually, every strike does more damage just normally. But the rapier does, like, 2 or 3 times its regular damage on a critical. That is incredibly powerful. Wait. Are you kidding me? I could have unlocked... Oh dear, also, where do I unlock the prison depths? I can't find them. But if I had just looked down, I could have got that time door. That is sad. Because I know I could have done better. Yet, here we are. Oh well, money's not everything. And really, that's all you get. Okay, so I guess if I can't find the... If I can't find the other place, whose name I apparently can't think of. The prison depths, there we are. If I can't find one of those lightning coffins, then I guess we'll just go down to the old sewers. We'll double the sewer action. Will that in any way make us more powerful? I don't know. Oh, you know what's a weapon we haven't seen at all? Is the flammable sword. We unlocked that, I think, in the last episode, like just regular episode. And I have not seen that once. Must be a really rare and powerful item. That combined, like, considering the fact that it makes enemies more susceptible to burning damage, I have to assume that would very nicely tie in with the fire shooting ability that we passed up earlier. Which actually means now all we need is an item that superpowers your electrical attacks. I despise you, Mushroom Man. That's right, I'm talking with you. Alright, what secrets do we have up here? Oh, actually, it occurs to me if I'd taken the fire move, Ivy Grenade would have been really good as well. Yeah, I'm gonna stick like this. Fire is good, but 2 items that hinder enemy movement sounds better to me, personally. As given my skill level, more items that can lock people in place and prevent them from doing damage to me, the less likely I am to die. The less likely I am to die, the more likely I am to end up living a happy, healthy life. Which is always a good thing. I also noticed there is a strength upgrade in that store over there. Alright, we're gonna buy that. We're gonna ignore that for now. And I suppose we should also start taking the bets on how long it's gonna take for the rapier to show up. As the rapier always returns sooner or later. Can't get a run without the rapier, or at least I feel that way sometimes. Which is a bit of a shame. I kind of feel like the rapier is a bit overrepresented in the game right now. And as I've said before, I think probably the easiest way to maybe encourage... Good job, good job. The easiest way to encourage using some other weapons, like the broadsword, for instance. I almost never even think of picking it up. But it just double its damage, because the broadsword doesn't even have a critical. It can't do critical damage, so... Why would I pick up an item that has no critical? Because it's those criticals that really get you. That's where like the real damage comes into play. So I would figure. No, I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson about those double damage things. I will not make that mistake again anytime soon, unless we pick up more health. Alrighty then. Oh dear. Roll out of the way. Run. Oh, hell no. No. I despise everything you stand for, Scorpion. And yet, that actually wasn't so bad. Not bad at all. If I self-congratulate myself, which I apparently am choosing to do, which is very, very egotistical. Very egotistical indeed. Alright, another shop. What do we got here? You give me minus 15% damage. And nothing here actually really looks better than that. Nothing I'd be willing to spend my money on anyway. Oh, there's that health scroll down there. And I think if we've learned anything, it's that I have probably demonstrated that I have a very, very unique need for more health. And my inability to dodge simple attacks. Alright. I despise you, Mushroom Man. But if I have to say something nice about you, it's the fact that you drop 2 cells instead of just 1. And that I like. I like getting multiple cells. Makes things a little bit better. And, Ace, what are you doing back there? You just gotta keep your eyeballs on that dog. As he is always, without exception, up to something. But he's actually being very well behaved right now, so I should not... Good job. I should not speak ill of him. He's just cuddling up and lying there. Sometimes... Oh dear. Perfect example of why not taking that... Oh dear. Oh. That was also a perfect example of how not to avoid damage. But we learn. Little by little, every day. We learn a little more about ourselves. as a result, we learn our strengths, our weaknesses, and also that I despise bomb bats and grave bats. Or I guess you're sewer bats, really, aren't you? And I also despise, in a list of things I despise, is things that explode on me. You give me more health, which I kind of appreciate, but let's go for the throwing daggers. Throwing daggers never go out of style. Throw them, catch them, roll it away, observe all the things trying to kill you. Okay, we've got all kinds of poisonous, disgusting, gross monsters. That's not good. And we'll just teleport. Aha! There it is, the phaser. Okay. I want this just because, like I mentioned earlier, apparently I can use this as a way to get past that locked door in the graveyard. And I would very much like to know if there is, in fact, anything I can unlock by doing that. Because more power is always good. And secrets are always fun. So all we need to do now, really, is get to the graveyard, attract a bat over, try to get it to go behind the door, and then see if we can use the phaser to get back there. And if that works, then we reap the rewards and any secrets that may or may not be back there. I don't know if there are or not, but if we can do it, then we might as well. Then at the very least, if I don't win a single run on camera today, at the very least we can say that we unlocked something new. Or at least ruled something out as being possible. And what's not to like about that? This is also a bad level to go to if you have the cursed sword, I would imagine. So, there. No, over there. A little stuck there, teleporter thingy. Alright. Once again, we go to meet our old friend, the Incomplete One. He's a nice guy, once you get to know him. But he can be a bit of a jerk sometimes, so let's see if we can really make this an overpowered run. I'm not entirely confident that's what we're going to be able to do this particular time around, but you never know. We might get something good there. And you gotta try. You gotta try it out. Actually, before we do this, let's take a moment just to have a quick swig of water. Ah, refreshing. It's kind of drying out a little bit there. And that is never a good sign. Alright. Come at me, sir. Alright. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Alright, we are by no stretch of the imagination overpowered for this run. Like, we have seen far more powerful runs. But we've also had far weaker runs, so not bad. Not bad. We're making progress. And do this, and do that. Alrighty then. Come on, sir. And do that. And do this. And a little more of that. Which didn't quite work the way I had planned it to, but alright. And bing. Bada boom. Wait, I was about to say, did I get through this boss without taking any damage? The answer was almost. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did start showboating a little bit there towards the end. Which is kind of weird, considering the fact that I've been doing nothing but deriding myself for that very action this entire time. 5 minutes ago, huh? So apparently we're actually not doing that bad as far as speed is concerned. We're not doing great, but we're not doing terribly. That's the kind of attitude I can get behind. Though, if we want to be real overachievers, we have to push ourselves further. We have to unlock secrets, unlock new things, cool, exciting new worlds. I mean, there aren't really any new worlds to explore right now. Because we are as far as we can get. This also, I noticed, this level is different than most of the versions of Fog Fjord I've seen before. And I'd actually almost got myself convinced that Fog Fjord didn't actually have that much level variation. Which, as we can now see, is clearly false. Alright. There we go. Good job, good job. Taking needless hits. Really showing your mastery of game, isn't it? Oh dear. No, 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 no. Don't die. Please don't die like that. That is a very bad way to go. Of course, I didn't realize I was staring in all the wrong places. I didn't realize that we were, in fact... I probably, to avoid that damage, I probably should have just not attacked. Wow, we're actually... And we could go up now, but I don't want to go up now. I want to explore the floor level first. Because that way we can see what is down here. More importantly, we have just this level and the graveyard. Possibly get our hands on a rapier. Rapier. Once we have the rapier, we'll know we're all right. All right. There we go. And bam, freeze them, stab them, and then critical hit them into death. There we go. That is the 5 steps to a happy life. Pretty much. I mean, if you can just freeze your problems, make them go away, you are better off than the man who cannot freeze his problems away. Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna have to do something about these fellas. But not today. And we've got more important... Where did Captain Dreadbeard go? Alright. He's over there. He's waiting for us. A little punch. Okay, this guy is gonna be a little bit scarier. Because he's fast. That's where having access to a... Yeah, that's where... Come on. Okay, all damage... I do like that. Dealing damage back to enemies. Take a bit more damage ourselves. That'll... You know what? No. Yes. Let's not second guess ourselves. Being able to damage... Hurting the people that hurt us is, without a doubt, probably one of the best things we can do for ourselves. And I say that because I know how those tentacles work. And the Watcher's tentacles, those tentacles, they hurt me. And I would like to hurt them back. And if I can do that, then we are set. Oh, I don't actually have to do anything with this. Let's see here. No and no. Now I know what you're thinking. That's probably a better weapon. We can set the tentacles on fire. We don't have to rely on... There's a big problem I think I have myself, personally, when it comes to using... When it comes to using... Oh dear. When it comes to using... Oh no. He's just gonna keep doing that now, isn't he? Come on! Come on! Redbeard! There we go. All about taking risks now and then. I should know that by now, and yet I don't. No. Now, the smart play really would have been to just trigger the bat, and roll out of the way, and then kill the bat, and then make your comeback. And I am feeling really underpowered right now. Compared to where I feel I should be. I mean, it is kind of making me wonder if the rapier is really just that good compared to the cross daggers here, or the twin daggers. I'd spend money on that, but I'm not going to. I'm not that curious to find out what it does. Alright. And we're almost there. We just need to survive this level and the next. If nothing else, we'll be able to say we at least saw the boss. Let's run. Alright. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting back to basics. We're just simple yet effective tactics where all we do, hit the enemy, then we hit him a second time, we hit him a third time, and as long as we can get that critical hit in, we're pretty much set. And I would like if we could do a bit better than just alright. We could a little bit better than alright. Specifically amazing. But the game doesn't have to be amazing. The game just has to be adequate. Oh, what do you know? It's the flamey thingamabob. But more importantly, the damage buffer. I will give up the ice grenade for the damage buffer. We are now in borderline overpowered territory. Now all we would need is probably like a cursed sword level 10,000. Now, a logical thought has just occurred to me, and that is Gaslight. You have potentially opened up a whole new can of worms here by opening yourself to the possibility of having horrible things happen to you, because now you have no way to freeze enemies. And there are a number of enemies in the upcoming levels that actually are very annoying to fight if you do not have the ability to freeze them. And this is true, but then again, we should not become too reliant on any particular method of playing the game. We should be, or at least we should endeavor to be very highly functional and very adaptive. Now, you're also probably thinking, Gaslight, what the hell are you talking about? You just picked up the damage buffer, which is the one item that if you go through all of my recorded videos, is the one item we have had, I'm pretty sure, every single time we've actually beaten the boss. So, you may be thinking, Gaslight, I'm not falling for your clever tricks. You are not that adaptive. You are, in fact, relying on the same sneaky tactics that you were using before, and will no doubt use again. I feel like there was a big guy up here, but apparently there was, in fact, not a big guy up here. Instead, we'll just do massive damage. We do probably want more health, though. If we can swing it. Hello. Rain bat, bomb bat. There we go. Are we gonna kill these guys? Yes, we are. And we do damage to us as well. Alright. So we're at a point where we're definitely doing enough damage to make this a victorious run. And I can one-shot these guys. Nice. And we need the damage boost in order to do it. But we're still doing nice damage. And that is something I can appreciate. And now the game has basically said, you want an easy run? Here you go. Alright. Welcome back, Rapier, my old friend. You have done great work for us before, and we shall do great work together again, no doubt. Probably should have watched for that. Since, you know, it's been a really good idea to see where the enemy is before you stab him. Ooh, challenge room. That is definitely worth it. I mean, we got to do the challenge areas. That's just par for the course here. That's key. It's critical. There we go. Okay. Now, naturally, we are going to be at a slight disadvantage here because we don't have an ability to freeze these guys, and that does occasionally lead to issues. Particularly with someone with my dodging abilities, which are of world renown, I'm sure, at this particular point. There we go. Give him a little poke. Poke me, I'll poke you back. And... oh, good God. That is too many archers. Too many green arrows. And now there are not enough. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. And... oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do this to me, game. Not like that. Not like that. Okay. Hey, turn around. Turn around. Come on, turn around. I demand that you turn around. There we go. Okay. This is a cheesy and dishonorable tactic. Oh, dear. You are not wrong. Oh, dear. But if you thought I was above such dirty tactics, and you do not know me at all. All right, we'll bleed him to death like so. I mean, downside to that clever tactic is naturally that we're gonna have a harder time finishing this challenge. Oh, hell no. Wait. No, no, no. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how. I don't know why. And I probably didn't deserve... oh, no. No, don't. You wouldn't. Okay, and squeaky clean, and... yes! No. Oh, yes. Yes! I did it! I did it! That was the hardest challenge room I've ever done. And I also somehow managed to win. Beautiful. And yet the item was not that great. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like, prime time, game-winning, world-shattering, amazing. Okay, almost got killed by the bat there. I do need to notice that we are still painfully low on, we're gonna skip the rest of the level. We're painfully low on health. And that is probably gonna come back to bite us at some point in the future, but for now we've got this. We are safe, we are secure, and I am relatively happy, actually. More than relatively, actually. Where is the rapier, anyway? In this grand... oh, there it is. And I could start overpowering that to its final form, but we won't do that right now. We'll just continue trying to balance things, make sure we level everything up more or less equally. Because again, I don't want to feel like any weapon is inherently, like, greatly better than any other. Yeah, there are weapons that are clearly better than others. Like this one, for instance. I like the fact that the damage those deal to me is actually enough to kill them in one hit. Those silly grave bats. Alright. For once I actually looked before I left. Not that I really needed to, because I could kind of see. I like the idea of that flame torrent, but we're gonna avoid it. We're gonna leave it alone for now. I love this damage, by the way. Very, very pleasant damage to have. Being able to mostly one-hit any enemy we so desire. I also wonder to myself if... oh, okay. I am taking way too much damage from bats. Like, these are bats. These are, like, -1 tier enemies. I should not take that kind of damage. That's just quite shameful. We also probably want to keep one of these bats alive for our grand experiment. Then again, surely we'll find more bats later on in the game. Alright, Chuckles. There we go. Oh, critical hit and killed him in one shot. Alright. So, here's my thought process. We are going to keep killing enemies as we have. However. Actually, you know what? gonna keep this bat alive right here. If it can follow me, and if it is capable... Oh dear. I get out of there. Brilliant strategy. Make more enemies trying to kill him. It's the rare suicide by monster action. Oh, there we go. Also, damage bonuses are generally very useful in such circumstances. No, no, no! Don't do that. Okay. Look out. Alright. We are safe. Safe and secure. Everything taken care of there. We got that. We are definitely winning this time. Nothing is going to stop the winning. Not today. Possibly not tomorrow. They'll take at least... And there goes the bat. Alright. But we'll find ever bats. There'll be ever enemies to fight. It's also rather comforting to see that there is going to be a potential health upgrade for us in there. As well as another Chuckles. Good old Chuckles. And another skill upgrade, which is just going to make that damage buff even more powerful than it already was. Okay. Alright, there are ever enemies. Ah! So probably a good idea to keep an eyeball on other things like this. And there is a you right there. Oh dear. Let's have a look at the map. Okay, we're actually at the edge of the map now. So please tell me I did not kill all the bats and I killed all the bats. Wait. I can still make this work because there are bats in the actual crypt area. Hey. That's not very nice, Chuckles. I know I keep mocking your size and your girth and everything, but I think that is hardly an excuse to kick me like that. No. Okay. Alright, we need more power. I'm pretty sure I rolled under that, but alright, game, if you disagree. That is my mistake. I mean, you can only win so many times before it stops being new and exciting and fresh. At some point, losing or winning will be, you know, just expected. And that spear just keeps coming back to me. And I get it, game. You want me to play up the spear, but I'm not equipped to deal with the spear right now. The spear is, in fact, a good weapon. That I cannot deny. There we go. Simple matter of just ducking under him. Oh, good. More health. Now, is 7 health... Actually, wait a minute. At our current... We only have 300 and some health. Right now we're up to 500. Oh, hello. You guys decided to mostly kill yourselves for me, which actually worked out. I almost feel like I should have taken damage for that one, because it almost looked like I kind of clipped through it a little, didn't it? Alright, this... Not a bad weapon, but it's not the weapon we're looking for today, so... We shall leave it be and continue our merry way. Alright. Now the journey to hopefully figure out what is inside that locked area shall continue. And by continue, I mean it shall conclude. There we go. Alright. Now, I was going to say, maybe I should just pick up more strength, but let's go for more health. Alright. There we go. Alright. Got these guys down here. And take out you. Alright, so this guy... Okay, here's where the magic happens. Okay, we killed 2 of them. Alright. Now this one. You lucky bat. You are gonna follow me. you are going to show us what is on the other side of that secret area. Oh, and he just keeps following me. He doesn't realize that he is a sacrificial lamb to appease the door gods. Okay, how do I... Oh, no, no. I was trying to think to myself, how do I get him to go there? The answer is... we have to try to find one of those, like, dragonfly bat thingies. That's got to be the key. Because those guys do their little charge attack. If we avoid that, that's it. Alright, so everyone scream in chat if you see one of those things. Remind me not to kill it. Oh, and there's one of them right there. Alright. Also, I think there was a secret back at the surface entrance to the crypt that we have not yet unlocked. Alright. Okay, you. Wake up, wake up. Okay, just woke up. Okay, this is it. It's also the point where if I were recording, I would say I will cut away here. We'll come back in when I actually get it over there. But we are live, so I don't have the luxury of doing that. Alright, this is it. This is it. This is where mysteries and magic and wonderment happen. Alright. Okay, I'm so excited. I hope this works, actually. Okay, come on. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Yes! Phaser. I didn't phase. I did not phase. Phasing did not happen. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit me. I want you to... Why, game? Why do you torment me so? I mean, I should have rolled it out of the way. That was kind of... That's one of those things that just went without saying. Oh, boy. That. Okay. I'm gonna try to ignore you. No, 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 no. Not ending my run like this. Roll out of the way, heal up. Did I actually unlock that teleporter? I think I did. I did, okay. Okay. Okay, the bat is still there. Okay. This is possibly our last... Why? You said you were acting like you were going to charge in the other direction. Why do you keep doing this to me? The game is deliberately trying to deny me from what is right... Oh, dear. From the reward that is rightfully mine. I want to see what's on the other side of that door, game. You will not stop me. I mean, unless I was literally the last of those bat things. It might have been. You never know. I'll have to find out, I guess. There we go. Alright, no more showboating. That's all... Okay, there's never bat. Alright. There we go. That's the good stuff. Okay, wake up the bat. Mr. Bat. Mr. Batman. Okay. I can't let the bat touch me. If it touches me, it will die. Alright, Bat. Yeah, just keep following me. Keep following me, Bat. It's you and me. We're in this together. Just you and me. No. Don't hurt me, Bat. That will come later. Okay, you know what? I can only have my heart broken so many times. And plus, I imagine watching me try to do that is going to get very tedious, so... We'll leave it for now. But rest assured, at some point when I have a different amulet on, we'll try that again. We will see. We cannot unlock what is behind that door. Oh, I'm so tempted. But no, I'm going to... We're gonna just get a win under our belt. That's all we want right now. Come on. Come on, Chuckles. There's a good man. Don't do that, Chuckles. We fought. We respected each other more than that. apparently I respect you more than you respect me. That you would dare to hit me. And I had such a poetic setup going there. It's frankly shameful. Alright. I think I saw someone down here, and I was wrong. And this is actually better than what I was using, so... Okay, now if we find a never bad, it'll be our last attempt. We're gonna do it, dang it. I want to see if it's possible to get behind that secret door. Unfortunately, that dream appears to be fading. And we're gonna switch over to that. And I guess we'll buy this. Unless we see another bat up here. Which, it doesn't seem likely at this point. No, I'm gonna ignore you, because I don't know for sure if there's even 10 enemies left in the level. So this level is looking bigger than I had, Oh, there's a bat. I could do it. I could do it. And I am very tempted to see if we can fade. You know what? Okay, the bat's aggroed on us. Let's try this. Alright. I mean, it's probably going to be mildly aggravating to have to watch me go all the way through this. Okay, good job. Alright, got the phaser. Okay. Alright. Alright. Come on, bat. Follow me. Follow me back to the surface and then all the way to the other side of the level. Alright, we might be able to make this work. And then our life's work will be complete. Okay. Alright. There we go. Come on, bat. Keep going. Keep going. There's a good bat. There's a good bat. There better be something on the other side of that door after all the trouble we're going through. And there's probably not. I think the door is literally just there. Like as, possibly as just window dressing, really, as set piece, sort of. Though I could be mistaken. It could be that the developers would like to reward creativity. Okay. Dang it, didn't warp through. Okay. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Dang it, come on, come on, come on, come on. Dang it! Why won't you let me warp to you? Come on. Just do it, bat. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Ah! I can't do it! I can't do it. It doesn't work. The dream is a lie. Or maybe it has to be looking the other way so I can teleport behind it. Ah. Come on, come on. Ah! It doesn't work. I can't get back there. All right, we have tested that as thoroughly as we can, and we have debunked legend that you can phase through there. That's sort of something that you could do briefly, but then it got patched out, and we missed it. Very, very sad for us, but at least we tried. We tried, and it turns out we failed miserably, but that's what life is about. It's about trying and failing miserably, and then trying again, and failing miserably again, and then trying still one more time, and finally realizing that it's just not going to work, and then giving up and saying, oh well, we'll find another way through there later. Oh right, you're the cursed chest. I was wondering what that red dot on the map was. Now no. Alright. There we go. Haha! Really? There's no one down here? That was a bit of a surprise, actually. Alright. Now, the main reason for continuing at this point is... Whoa, dear! You thought you were clever, didn't you, Chuckles? But I was still cleverer. Alright. Oh, dear. There we go. Alright. There's someone down here with me. Several someones! No! 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 The pain. The absolute pain in my soul. What was that you said, Gaslight, about showboating and you weren't going to do it anymore? Yeah. I deserve that. Oh well. I think that's also where we're going to wrap things up, because I suspect I am going to get a bit too frustrated with myself if I lose even one more time. The important thing, I think, that we managed to get out of this stream is we found out that that door is in fact impenetrable for now. But if anyone does figure out a way to get through there, let me know and we will try it out on camera. But for now, thanks for turning up to the stream, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We will get a win in again, I promise. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But until then, I will see you all next time.